to come up big. Think about how many times you heard Julio Jones' name the entire game, Daimeon. Bill Belichick is not going to let stars beat him. You're going to have to beat him with someone else. And the same was true tonight.
Oh, definitely. But I don't think that Atlanta really needed Julio Jones all that much tonight. I mean, Matty Ice only threw the ball 23 times. I mean, they ran the ball pretty effectively against New England. I think that it just got away from them in the second half. And again, they had a 28-3 lead. You don't have to throw the ball when you're up 28-3. Run the ball. You don't really have to throw. So Julio Jones, I think he finished with 4 catches for 87 yards. Which is not, great, but it's not bad. But they didn't really have to throw to him that much. I think that Tom Brady and the New England Patriot offense, they came to the conclusion, hey, we're not going to be able to run the ball, and we're down big. We have to throw. Tom Brady threw the ball 62 times. So they need it out of necessity. And Atlanta didn't have to throw that much. But again, hats off. Kudos to Josh McDaniels, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Rob Kraft. Man, they do what they do, which is win Super Bowls. And the Patriots are Super Bowl 51 winners. They'll be visiting the White House to talk to 45. I don't know. Maybe by then he'll be impeached, but I digress. But
here we go again. Hey, but speaking of Robert Kraft,
hey, what did Jesus say? I'ma hate up my wrist then.
But Robert Kraft, did you see the post-game interview and the defiance in his voice? He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, after the Super Bowl win in Arizona, I said it was the sweetest win. But in the past 2 years, so many things have happened, and the crowd just erupted. The same crowd that almost booed Roger Goodell out of NRG Stadium just erupted. And Robert Kraft said, and I don't have to explain to you what's going on because you know what's going on. The defiance in Robert Kraft, you didn't hear any defiance from Tom Brady, nothing but class out of the GOAT, but Robert Kraft really took things personally, and he let Roger Goodell and the whole world know how he felt after that Super Bowl win.
True indeed, man. Again, congrats, man. Congrats to the Patriots, to Pat's Nation. The Atlanta Falcons, you're still on this list. And this list is the Philadelphia Eagles, the Arizona Cardinals, the Buffalo Bills, the Carolina Panthers, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Minnesota Vikings, San Diego Chargers, and the Tennessee Titans. That list is all the teams who have never won a Super Bowl. Atlanta, you had an opportunity tonight to change that, and you blew it. May God be with you. We're going to take this commercial break. Going to be back and finish up the podcast with our fan favorite segment, Bruh For Real. I'm Daimeon. He's Pierre. We'll be back. ATS.
The All Things Sport Podcast, your source for a plethora of sports content.
For real? How much those scores? Because my man just bought a Miata.
Every Friday at 10 a.m. on Spreaker Radio.
Hi, this is Damian Banks. Thank you for listening to the All Things Sport Podcast. You can also catch me on the Puff TV Morning Combo on Blog Talk Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Call 347-677-0956 and I'll give you Sports by Damian.
We're back with more of the All Things Sport Podcast with Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to ATS, the All Things Sport Podcast. Pierre and I, we are engaged in some tomfoolery. Super Bowl LI, man, I still can't believe it. Pierre, I can't believe it, bruh. How can you blow a 28-3 lead? How do you do that?
I'm telling you, it wasn't about blowing. It's about the New England Patriots
in the fourth quarter. No, that's
football team.
Pierre. The Heimlich maneuver. Dr. Heimlich just passed recently. He passed, and I think that's what happened. Dr. Heimlich passed. The Atlanta Falcons were choking. They needed someone to perform the Heimlich maneuver, and no one was around to do it. What in the entire world, bruh?
Listen, the New England Patriots just, they kept clawing, they kept scratching, they kept showing that championship medal, and they did what they always do. You know, they've never been a team that will out-athlete you. And it was apparent that the Atlanta Falcons had better athletes. They had a very good game plan, but they were staring down the field and staring across the field at the greatest coach, arguably, to ever coach in the NFL, the greatest quarterback, not even arguably, to ever play the game. And, you know, they got.
Oh, hey, why do you keep throwing that around like that, man? Stop disrespecting my quarterback. You keep just throwing that around, man. Like, stop disrespecting Joe, man.
Man, let's get into my favorite segment. Bruh, for real. I know you got a good one for me this week, man. Take us home.
I don't have a good. My bruh for real is the Atlanta Falcons. Up 28-3. 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You lose the Super Bowl. Bruh, for real. That's it. I'm finished. Bruh, for real.
Listen.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
My bruh for real goes to every other football fan in the world besides New England Patriots fans. For everyone who put social media posts up that said Atlanta Falcons fan for one day. For everyone who hates Teflon Tom. For everyone who does not want the New England Patriots to succeed. Bruh, for real? Why? Why don't you just sit back and appreciate that we get a chance to witness greatness for at least 18 weeks out of the year, each year? And let's hope that Tom Terrific Brady can play well into his 50s.
Bruh, for real? Okay, that was great. But my bruh for real was better. Up 28-3, 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You lose the Super Bowl. Bruh, for real.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, again, this is the All Things Sport Podcast. Go to the website, banksboy.com. Download this podcast. Download my blog. Download Pierre blogs. Download the YouTube channel. Pierre, I believe we have a new addition to the Banks Boy production roster.
Yes, sir. My confidant, my colleague, sideline reporter on the Appalachian IMG Sports Network, Mr. Carl Anderson. He does a heck of a job with the sideline reporting for the Mountaineers week in, week out. Of course, I do the analytical work in the booth along with A-Dub, Adam Witten. But Carl Anderson is joining the Banks Boy Productions team. Be glad to have him. We're going to start documenting some work, man, getting the In My Humble YouTube channel back on in Poppington, as my partner always says. Going to be covering spring ball for the Mountaineers. So glad to have Mr. Anderson as a part of the team. And I just want to say, man, it feels so good to be back home on the All Things Sport Podcast and do it again with your brother, man. Salute to you, holding it down, you know, in my absence and doing a heck of a job. So it's been awesome. Glad to be back. Can't wait to do it again.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, you have just listened to the best podcast in America, hands down.